10:45 a.m. to like 7:30 p.m. in that heat. All right. I physically felt like I was in a fight. I did. Like, I felt like someone beat the shit out of me. And I was like, damn, I really haven't felt this beat up in a long time. Like, even when I get sick, I don't feel like that. I was like, yeah, I really genuinely feel like I got hit by a car, or you know what I mean? Like, this is obviously not good. So I was very happy to be out of there, around 8 o'clock, 8:30. I took a quick cold shower, relaxed with my wife. And then I came back in here yesterday. And it was another day of the same shit because it was so hot. And I'm like, Jesus Christ, man, this is fucking ridiculous. Like, I'm putting myself through physical harm at this point to stream. So yesterday we played The Evil Within. I told you guys on the podcast yesterday, I said, please bear with me if I'm cranky today because it is so goddamn hot. I felt, no exaggeration, when I started playing The Evil Within yesterday, I felt legit sick to my stomach. My brain, again, headache, swollen brain, felt so bad, okay? So what I did something that I almost never do. I went and I grabbed a can of Coke. Well, I never do this. I never drink soda, right? You always see me drinking seltzer. I never drink soda. I drank the soda, and I actually felt better. I think it's a variety of reasons, a little bit of caffeine in it, sugar. I think maybe my blood sugar level was low as well. Because why? When your body is not feeling good and it's run down, your body starts trying to run at a higher capacity to account for it, and it burns more energy. So likely what happened was my body was tapped out. It was like, dude, you have like no energy in your body. You need something. Get sugar or something in you, right? So I drank that can of Coke, and I felt much better actually drinking that can of Coke. Okay, and then uh, after the stream, I had dinner with my wife, and I was relaxing downstairs. And admittedly, again, I still kind of had a headache, and I was like, oh, all right, whatever. Tonight is Sunday Night Bites. It's Bassmaster. It won't be that big of a deal. It really shouldn't. It shouldn't be that big of a deal. I came in here and I actually didn't feel so bad. All right. It was cooler. The sun was down. And so I did Sunday Night Bites with you guys. I enjoyed myself, had a good relaxing time. And I went downstairs and I started relaxing with my wife. And I lay down on the couch and I'm like, something's not right, man. Like, I just don't feel good. Like, and I know I'm not sick because I haven't left the house. How could I be sick? Who did I get sick from, right? Like, I know I don't have a cold or anything. I just don't feel good. My head, seriously, like, I didn't have a splitting headache, but it definitely felt like there was a ton of head pressure in my head. And just my body, again, overall, it just felt really sore and run down. My eyes were burning really bad. And that almost never happens. Like, if my eyes are burning, usually I'll put eye drops in or whatever. I'll close them. They were like, they wouldn't stop burning. And I'm like, something's definitely up here. Like something's really bad. And so I said to my wife, I said, here's what we got to do tonight. I said, I really don't feel good. What I want to do is I want to try to have an opportunity to sleep uninterrupted. But also, I don't know what's going to happen tonight. I might get up and be sick, have to throw up or something. Who knows? I don't know what's going on. So I told her, I'm going to sleep downstairs on the couch. You and Jasper go sleep in the bedroom by yourselves. That way, if I have to constantly get up, I don't wake up Jasper. Here's a major problem with having a cat, which many of you might not know. All right? If you have a cat that sleeps with you, that cat is with a routine. Okay? If you break that routine, the cat might then have a lot of issue settling back into what you should be doing. Okay? So I'll give you an example. A normal night, Cat and I, go into the bedroom, we take Jasper in with us, and he finds a place on the bed. Sometimes we have an ottoman, sometimes he sleeps on the ottoman, sometimes he sleeps on the floor. It depends on the season. Sometimes he goes under the bed. He's kind of weird, depending on the temperature of the season, he'll sleep different places. Okay? But to give you some perspective, the night before, not last night, but the night before, he just decided randomly, I'm going under your sheets. So he goes under the sheets, he's bothering us when we're trying to sleep. We're like, no, Jasper, stop it, man. Trying to sleep, don't do this now, I don't feel good. And then sometimes, if you get up in the middle of the night, let's say, I gotta pee, or sometimes, admittedly, I lay down, I'm so tired, I'll pass out like this. I'm out. And since I'm out right away, I wake up a few hours later, like, shit, I didn't even pee before I went to sleep. I gotta brush my teeth and stuff. So I'll get up to do that, but now Jasper's alerted. Oh, God, someone's moving in the bedroom. Oh, he's like, whoop, Jasper's alerted. Now he wants to play, and he's energetic. Like, no, Jasper, it's like 4 a.m, dude. It's not time for this. But that's how cats can be. Okay? So knowing all of that, all right, I said to my wife, I want to be isolated tonight. This way, if I don't feel good or whatever, I don't interrupt the two of you, and vice versa. Jasper doesn't interrupt me. This way I know I can get uninterrupted rest and he's not going to be up constantly trying to wake me up. Okay? So, excuse me. Oh my God, excuse me. I went to sleep downstairs, and just for clarification purposes, right now it's not cold at night. It's a little cold, but not that cold. Like, we have a bunch of blankets and stuff. So I slept under the blanket, nice comfy pillow, slept under the blankets, you know. Basically, here's what happened. My wife says, okay, I'm going to sleep. Good night, honey. Good night. She goes upstairs to Jasper, and I just basically kind of leaned back like this. And I was like, oh my God, I really don't feel good. You know, I hope that I can sleep tonight, because with everything that happened today, I just don't know if... I went right out. Like, literally moments after she went upstairs, I was out. I was like, holy shit. Right? So here's what happened, though. Okay? I wake up, and we have a big clock in our living room that tells you the time. I wake up, and it says 4 in the morning. And all of a sudden, I wake up, and I'm just starting to get conscious. My body. What the hell? My body starts to shiver. And it's not just like a little bit, oh, it's a little cold down here. It's like, oh my God, my whole body starts uncontrollably shivering. All right? And the thing is, I know it's not cold down there yet. It's not, we're not in the fall or winter, you know, it's not that cold down there. I just start uncontrolled, my whole body too. It wasn't just like, it was like my whole body is in a uncontrolled shiver. Okay? And I'm like, Jesus Christ, what's going on? I try to get up, even when I'm walking, and I can't stop shivering when I'm walking. So I walk to the bathroom. I'm splashing water on my face to try to get myself back to my senses. It won't stop. I'm like, oh my God, this is terrible. So I'm like, what am I going to do? So I had some water. I hydrated myself. And I was like, dude, it's just not stopping. I guess the only thing I need to do, I have to warm my body up to stop the shivering. So I went back to the couch. I literally took every blanket, because we have several blankets on the couch, some of which are the ones that Jasper will like lay on every once in a while, some of which, you know, we'll lay in when it's cooler. I put every blanket on top of me, something like a pile, all right, on top of me at this point. Okay? All right. And I'm not kidding you. Even under the pile of blankets, the shivering wasn't going away. And I was like, what the fuck? So I said, all right, here's what I'm going to do. Luckily, I still have my senses. I'm like, I have a technique that I use to stop involuntary things in my body. This technique, when I have the hiccups, if I use this technique, I can usually get control of my body. All right? What it is you breathe in slowly and as deeply as you possibly can. You hold your breath as hard as you possibly fucking can for as long as you can. And you hyper concentrate on it. And then you have to slowly exhale at the end. Okay? Essentially what this does, this will stop involuntary things with your body from happening, because you're kind of controlling your cycle. You're controlling your breathing. You're controlling everything. Okay? So I completely sucked it in. I held it in. And I'm here under all these blankets. All right? And I finally let out my breath. And finally, the shivering stopped. And I was like, thank God. And then, no exaggeration, bloop, I passed out again right away. As soon as the shivering stopped, I was out. Okay? I then proceeded to have a series of fever dreams. That's the best way I can describe them. Nonsensical dreams. I had a dream where I was in a supermarket, but I also worked an office job in the supermarket, but my desk was in the middle of the supermarket floor. Like, does that make sense? No. But that was like, I have a desk job in a supermarket on the floor while customers are shopping around, but I'm doing my desk job with people going all around me. The fuck does that mean? Nothing. I had another dream where I was at like a bar/restaurant with a bunch of really snooty people who didn't like me. And then they all announced that they were going to go outside and have a cigarette. And I said, well, I don't smoke. So I stayed inside the restaurant. Well, they all got up and left to go have their fucking smoke break outside. And I stayed inside and just chilled at the table. So that's what I mean. Like, all that stuff, weird stuff, right? None of those make any sense at all. Like, and there was more too. That's like the two that are standing out. You know, when you have a series of dreams, usually you have a ton, and some you can remember, some you can't. I know for a fact there were more. Okay. So anyway, so all that happens. I wake up again. I look at the clock. Now it's 7 a.m. Okay, and I begin to realize as I start to move, my entire body, from head to toe, is completely soaked in sweat. My hair is soaked. My beard has saturation in it. All my clothes are wet. I was like, what the fuck? Like, oh my God. So obviously I took off some of the blankets now. I'm like, let me get all this shit off. So I took all the blankets off of me. I basically had like 1 or 2 blankets on me now. Okay? I'm like, all right, now, I will finally go to sleep and hopefully this will be it. So I went back to sleep and I woke up, and immediately when I first woke up, I didn't feel good. My body was sore. I mean, look at what I just went through. I mean, I'm not surprised my body was fucking sore. Like all parts of my body were sore as shit. Like, oh God, my neck, my back, my legs, everything's like sore as fuck. But then I got up, I started walking around, and, you know, Kat came downstairs with Jasper to have our breakfast together. And she's like, well, how did you sleep? I told her the story. She's like, oh my God. She's like, do you need Tylenol now? Do you need a leave now? I was like, you know, the more now that I'm walking around and being active now, actually my headache feels like it went away. I think it is gone. Okay. So yeah, so basically kind of walked around the house a little bit, had my breakfast, which is coffee and a burrito, and, you know, gave Jasper his little morning treat and everything. And I'm like, all right, you know, I feel good now. I actually legitimately, after that sleep, my headache's gone. The soreness of my body went away, which is good. All the soreness left. That's good. She's like, all right, just for the sake of checking, we have an electric thermometer. She's like, I'm going to check your temperature. And she checked it. It's fine. No fever. And I told her, I guarantee you I had a fever last night. Because the thing is, fevers can be caused by multiple reasons. Actually, having a bad headache can cause a fever. So I guarantee you I had a bad fever last night. And the fever must have broken overnight, you know, while I was, after stopped shivering and basically sweated it out. And that's why I didn't have it in the morning.